What up guys, Miguel here of Tech, and it's 2019 and smartphone cameras have been getting better and better as each year transitions to the next. One camera feature that's arguably a must-have nowadays is night mode. Pioneered by the Chinese tech giant Huawei, what your smartphone camera basically does is take multiple shots and leave its shutter open to allow more light in for your shot. From there, your smartphone basically makes magic with post-processing or artificial intelligence, depending on your manufacturer, and outputs an image that is well balanced in terms of dynamic range and exposure. In an earlier video, I went on an in-depth camera comparison between the P30 and the S10. If you haven't seen that one yet, check it out here. There was one area in particular the P30 gave the S10 a run for its money: night mode. You see, Samsung's S10 series packs some really good cameras, and at launch, to my surprise, they didn't get a dedicated night mode. Instead, what we got was a night recognition packed into the AI scene optimizer. And hey, that's fine and dandy and all, but that did leave a jarring problem. You could not use it at will. I do say could, of course, because now you can. Now, this video doesn't need to be any longer than it should, so let's dive right into those samples. Starting off with our usual shot from the office balcony, these photos are in both devices' default photo mode. Here we can clearly see that due to the P30's post-processing, it does already have a well-balanced photo overall. The S10 Plus's shot seems to have way more overblown highlights. One thing's for certain though, the digital billboard on the right portion of both photos seem to be the most overblown aspect in each shot. Switching to night mode on the P30 Pro and turning on AI Scene Optimizer on the S10 Plus, and oddly, it's still overblown on the P30 Pro. This could be due to the billboard transitioning to a different ad, of course, although it is evident that the shadows on both photos have been clearly raised, providing a better sight in the darkest portions of the shot. Switch to the new dedicated night mode on the S10 Plus, and it actually provides an even brighter image compared to the P30 Pro. It is worth mentioning that the photo also gets a tad bit more noisy as well. In this next shot, spoilers, the P30 Pro gets kinda funky here. Starting off again in the default photo mode, right off the bat, the P30 Pro already gives a pretty well lit and balanced photo overall. The S10 Plus's shot is a bit closer to reality, with night mode and AI Scene Optimizer on for the respective devices, and whoa! I'm not too sure what happened to the P30 Pro here. It gave us a dimmer image, the contrast is better though, and the shadows have been brightened. But you also get a more evident green tint on as well. The S10 Plus gives us a slightly brighter image. Turn its dedicated night mode on, and what the f? I mean, awesome for the S10 Plus giving us a brighter image with good dynamic range, but it kinda looks like the P30 Pro's shot from when it was in its default photo mode. That's weird. I guess it just goes to show that night modes can be pretty hit or miss sometimes. Moving on, in this shot, we can really see the P30 Pro does pretty well for itself even in the default photo mode. I do want to note that the color reproduction just really isn't to my taste. That green tint is just... It does provide a way more sharp and less noisy image though. AI Scene Optimizer on for the S10 Plus and night mode for the P30 Pro, and... I'm really not a fan of those Huawei colors, man. It did give us brighter shadows though. The S10 Plus's shot also got a smidge brighter with a lot more noise. Switch to night mode though, and there we go, that's better. The P30 Pro's shot is sharper and more detailed, but I still honestly prefer the S10 Plus's shot. The Huawei post-processing is really just hurting that amazing night mode in my opinion. In this next shot, we have my lovely girlfriend here. It seems that even on the default photo mode, the P30 Pro actually does a good job of balancing out darkness from the shot. It's really just that post-processing that kinda messes it up for me in my opinion. The S10 Plus's image does a way better representation of what was really happening in terms of lighting conditions at the time. Switching straight to night mode for both devices, and the S10 Plus's image is way more noisy, but again, the color reproduction here is way better. The P30 Pro eliminates the noise but turned that wall really yellow. I don't think any of the two did a good job here. Lastly, we have Lucky the cat in an indoor situation with nothing but some Christmas lights filling the room. Again, this is on default mode, and again, the P30 Pro's shot already looks pretty good. The S10 Plus produces a noisier image once again as well. AI Scene Optimizer on for the S10 Plus, night mode for the P30 Pro. And that's what I'm talking about, the P30 Pro finally flexing here a little bit more. Lucky's a black cat after all, and I can actually see some individual fur here, so that's great. The S10 Plus's shot is basically shit. Turned that new dedicated night mode on, and it's not better than the P30 Pro's shot, but it did get rid of those overexposed Christmas lights at the back. Now, before I conclude this night mode rematch, check out some more samples. Okay, in reference to the camera comparison video from before, I do think that this was once again a true dogfight. I am a bit on the fence with night mode now, as it can be really 50-50 even on flagship devices. I think it just really goes to show now that you just really need to know when to use that night mode. Now, does the new dedicated night mode on the Galaxy S10 series beat the P30 series? Frankly, it doesn't, but it is way better than what we got at launch. And when it comes to color reproduction, I still prefer the S10's photos here. Yeah, you get the industry-leading night mode with the P30 devices, but if something as simple as warm lights make the scene look like Homer Simpson's butt, I think I'll pass. So, what do you guys think of this night mode rematch? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit that bell icon so you get notified of our future uploads. Be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this has been Miguel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!